Hello babe, welcome back to TK Beauty and Wellness channel. Thank you so much for coming back. If you are new, thank you so much for joining us today, and please be kind and subscribe. I think you might like this content, and then like if you like this video, and leave a comment if there's something that really stood out for you today, or if you have a question. All right, I'm really looking forward to today. Why am I looking forward to it? It's because today I am finally actually doing makeup on this video. Okay, really great video. I hope so. I haven't even started, but I have faith that, you know, if you're a beginner in makeup and you just want to get the basics right, this is definitely the video for you. So what are we doing today, babe? We'll be doing skin. And when I say skin, you might think skincare. No babe, that's sorted. We are doing skin as in getting your foundation matching right. I'm going to do a bit of a lesson. That's my background. You know, I did teach in makeup. You know, you probably have watched the video before, which is Get to Know Me tag, where I get to explain to you why I'm an authority in what I'm doing. So basically, I love to teach with all my heart. Like, that is the thing that I enjoy the most where makeup is concerned, to explain the why of why we do everything. So today's going to be really about that. Okay, so we're going to do skin. So like I said, it's basically foundation matching, concealer, contouring, highlighting, you know, where does the powder go, why we do what we do. So I hope it's not a very long video, because there will be a lot of explaining. I will also be explaining the products that I'm using, and I will also put the detail of the products in the description box. And so that, you know, if you want to go and shop for those goodies, you know exactly what to look for. So that's it. We're gonna make it quick and wonderful and fun and educational today. Okay, so let's go. First things first, you probably have your moisturizer on. Don't mind me, I have nothing on my skin except for moisturizer and sunscreen. But I did my brows and eyeliner and mascara, because I went out this morning for coffee, but I knew I was gonna record, so I didn't want to put any foundation on, and I just want, when I'm done, just to add a lip and then we're good to go. So you have your moisturizer. You would have used the moisturizer for your skin type. So I'm more of a combination skin, so I've done that already. Next, I'll be putting on the primer. Okay, hope you can see. This is a primer from Smashbox. It's actually a primer and moisturizer in one. So whether using a moisturizer or not, you can use it, but you can also use it on top of your moisturizer. So maybe you've never used a primer and you are wondering why you need to wear a primer. A primer really is there to help your foundation to last longer. That's basically the main thing, you know, so that it looks more flawless. What most primers have is silicone. So what silicone does, it actually minimizes the appearance of pores on your skin. If you see generally like your makeup, when your pores are like really showing versus not so much, it looks flawless, it's clean, it's beautiful. That's basically what a primer does. But you know, with technology, the primers have developed so much, especially like a brand like Smashbox that has gazillion primers. Like if you've got dull skin and you need radiance, there's a primer for that. If you've got oily skin, there's an oil-free kind of an oil-controlling primer. Like everything that you can think of, there's an oil primer for if you've got very dry skin or during winter and you want that extra glow. But really the main function of a primer, make your foundation last longer and to minimize the appearance of pores and lines. So basically that's what it does. You put that after your moisturizer. I like to give it a bit of a gap between my moisturizer and my primer, simply because I think then it sits better that way. So obviously I will put on my moisturizer in the bathroom. By the time I do my makeup, it's all set and all good. Then I can just, you know, go on with my primer and then put on my foundation or concealer. So great, you've got the priming done, you're happy. If you've got a dry skin, you can even add your setting spray, any kind of setting spray. I don't usually do that because I don't feel like I need that. But if your skin is dry, you are more than welcome to use something like this as your setting spray. This one is also from Smashbox. Cool vibes. What is next? Does the concealer come first or the foundation? I know it sounds tricky. It depends. So depending on the foundation you're using, if it has a lot of coverage, then I'd say go foundation first so that it covers everything. And whatever your foundation does not cover, then you add a concealer. So for instance, if you've got pigmentation and your foundation is not covering there, I've got a bit of pigmentation. It might be under the eyes as well. I know there's a trend now where people put a lighter concealer under the eyes. It depends. If you've got dark circles, the light found concealer is not going to help. It's going to make this area look even more gray. So I'm not for that. But that's just me. So let me do it my way. And if you like my way, then obviously you might go for it as well. So we're gonna start with the foundation. I am using Trio Fix Fluid foundation from MAC Cosmetics. My color is NC47. I love this one. Basically, NC in MAC means it's a neutral cool. So I've got like a cool undertone. I've got a bit of yellow and a bit of warmth in my skin. Hence, this color is perfect for me. And then I'm gonna go in with my brush. Excuse that my brush is not clean. I only used it yesterday, so let's not be too much. So basically, I just need 2 pumps, you know. You don't need a lot of foundation. I know the trend now is to wear a lot of foundation. I'm not for that. We are minimalists here. We're all here just for coverage when necessary, okay? I know that a lot of people use sponges. I'm not really crazy about sponges. I'm still very much team brushes, you know. I think when you come from a professional background, you like using professional tools. Not there's anything wrong with sponges. I do find that if you want more coverage, a sponge would be great, whether you're using, what do they call these sponges now? Why have I forgotten the name of those sponges? You know, guys, what I'm talking about. Ne? The name will come later. Anyway, so I use this kind of flat brush. Why a flat brush is because it does not pick up a lot of product. So it's not going to be absorbed into the product. That is what I love, into the brush. That's what I love about that. Okay, so we are going to just blend it. Please be careful with something that is oil-free like this foundation. You have to blend it immediately because what happens is then it just sits there and it's gonna be harder to move it. So you have to blend it as soon as possible. However, if it happens that it sits there for a while, for whatever reason, then you can just go in with your setting spray to just like move the product a little bit, and then you'll be able to blend it one more time. It's actually quite tricky for me to be doing my makeup with my wig on because generally I'm one of those, I do my hair last because I feel like hair disturbs me when I'm doing my makeup. And remember I have no hair, so it's so easy, like I can blend everything nicely without having to worry. But in this case, obviously, I wanted to look a bit done. So yeah, just blend. A lot of people like asking, like, do you need to wear foundation on your neck? Generally, it's not necessary because you want to make your foundation to be like in between color between your face and your neck, because generally our faces and our necks are not the same. I'm only just now, my neck is a bit dark simply because I had a rash. So I have a few patches going on. My neck is usually light, usually around about the same as my chest. But right now it's looking a bit dark because of the patches from the rash that I've been having for the last 3 weeks that just keeps coming and going back and everything. So it is the reason. Okay, cool. So that is your foundation. You blend it. You need to get a color as close as possible to your natural skin color. It's not always possible, I think, because as Black people, our skin tones are so tricky. So what I've noticed is that we are usually dark on our forehead and just around here it's dark, right? And then we have that lip thing here that's dark. We look like we've got a mustache, and then this area is light. So in my experience as a makeup artist, I find that a lot of people want you to match it to this part that is light, and they want you to match it to that. That's why people are walking around with gray faces. I mean, if you're about that look, then hey, do you, boo? I'm not about that. I like to match it as much as possible. I'll even prefer it slightly darker, and then I can always lighten it with a powder than having a color that's dark. But that's just me, okay? So no, there is no need for you to be putting foundation on your neck. But what you want to do is you take the excess and then you just blend it down a little bit on your neck, not the entire one, okay? Just like something of that sort. Cool. Generally, when I do decide to put on concealer, I would put it under the eyes, which in this case, I don't think I need to, but I'm going to do it for your benefit. For those who don't know how to apply concealer under the eyes, let's say I have really dark circles and I want to just cover a little bit more around those areas than you would. I usually wear the same color as my foundation because my circles are not that dark. However, generally, if for instance, you've got a very yellow undertone, you want to wear a concealer that is warmer. So in the sense of MAC, and I always refer to MAC because I worked with a product for the longest time. That's actually the only product that I've ever really worked with until recently. Then I would wear like a warm undertone, like an NW. Because your dark circles would be blue, right? Or gray, whatever. When you wear something that is pink undertone, it neutralizes and then it will look all beautiful and blend well. So you don't want to be a yellow undertone person and then under the eyes still wearing something that is yellow. It's just gonna make it look worse. It will make your dark circles to deepen even more. When you wear a warmer one, then what happens is your skin almost like lifts and it puffs it up a little bit. So that's what I like. And then it looks more natural. If you really want flawless, so if you see right here, I still have a bit of pigmentation, which is not a problem for me, but I know there's people who want that to completely disappear. So what you want to do, instead of just like applying your foundation like that, you would then dab it. The technique for dabbing basically makes the coverage even more, okay? You're really just covering more when you do that versus if you're going to use strokes. So that is one technique. Sometimes you find somebody says, you know what, when you tried on this foundation, it was perfect. Now that I'm at home, it's not right. Usually it's because of the tools that you are using as well as the technique that you may be using that is different from what the professional makeup artist did. All right, so that is that. Let's dab. We'll even remove this beauty mark or whatever it is. We'll cover it up because today we are just covering. Okay, so just everywhere. That area that usually has like a dark mustache looking. What I found with mine lately is actually I'm lighter in those areas all of a sudden. Still need to figure out why that is the case. But yeah, that is where I am. Just want to have a look here. Yep, oh, I'm happy with it. This is like proper full coverage. Okay, wonderful. Then you're happy with that, right? No problem. So the next step, what do? There are a few things. There's different ways you can do it. We can now go into contouring and contour and make sure everything looks beautiful. So let us do that. What do I use to contour? There's many things that you can use. You can use a foundation that is 2 shades darker. I think that is more effective, or a powder, or you can use something that is cream based. So it's up to you. What are the pros and cons? I find that the cream base, yes, it blends easier, especially if you're still learning, so that you're able to blend if you're not too happy with how defined maybe your cheekbones are or whatever you are trying to contour. Or you can use powder. I love powder. I find that it's more chic and like precise. I love that. But also my skill, I think, is fine. Therefore, I'm able to blend it the way I want. And it's just easier for me. So that is what I'm going to use. I'm going to use a darker powder. So I'm using the Studio Water Weight powder. Also from MAC Cosmetics. It's quite a dark color. I think it's deep dark. The colors now went off. I'll check what are their option colors, but yeah, I think this is basically one of the darkest, and that is how it looks. Once again, the kind of brush you use is very important. Let me see if I can find a clean brush, guys. Okay, I'm gonna use this one. It's a flat brush. Love it. Love. This is great for contouring. It's 196 from MAC. Why this is great? Because it's so precise. You can also use it for foundation, by the way. I'm just going to go. So why do we contour? Let's start there. We contour basically to shape your face, okay? Remember with makeup, you're playing with color. So dark takes away or pulls back, and light or anything bright, it brings forward. So when you're contouring, what you basically do, you want to create the illusion of high cheekbones, which is not what I have, guys. I'm chubby cheeks. The first place I see that I've gained weight is on my face. okay, and my tummy, but my face tells it all. That girl, you've been eating a little bit too much. Okay, so that's what you do. Most people like to contour their cheekbones, they contour their nose, and sometimes someone might contour their forehead as well. For instance, if you think that your forehead has now turned into a 5 head, then you might want to cut it up a bit. So also in that area, you would use something dark over there. Or if, you know, these parts are a bit prominent, you would cut it up a bit. So basically, that's what we're doing when we do makeup. You play with color and shades to create a different face. No, we're not catfishing. We're just having fun with our faces. Okay, cool. So let's go. Where do we put this contouring? So basically, if you feel here, almost where your teeth combine, you know, the top and the bottom, this area, this is where you would contour. Depending how drastic you want, you can take it all the way down here and then blend it really good, or you can just take it here so that it's even higher. So that's what I'm going to do. It is quite a dark color. Don't worry about it, we are going to still blend, okay? Then I'll do the same on the other side. Depending on how defined you want it, you can still leave it a little bit. So almost like sits on your face, okay? You see from the mirror. The camera is a bit deceiving. Okay, so I'm gonna let it sit, and then I'm gonna move on to the nose. The nose, I think contouring the nose is more popular with us Black people because we've got broader noses. I don't know who told us that we need our noses slim, but anyway, we're doing it and it's fun. You know, one day you wake up with a full Shangani nose like I do. Next day, it's all snatched. I'm gonna use a smaller brush for this one. It's also a MAC brush. The number is off, but I mean, you can use anything of this sort. I've got so many brushes, but I keep using my old ones. Just feel like, you know, when I really maximize its value. So this is how I contour, right? You take starting from the brows, bring it down like that. You bring it even further down. I'm not making it that close because I don't need it to be that snatched, guys. Like, there is no need. Yo, they're cutting grass outside. They had stopped. I thought they were finished. I hope you guys can hear. I've tried to close all the windows where I have, so I hope it's not loud for you guys. Okay. So that's what we do. Can you guys see? Okay. I'm just gonna add a little bit and make it closer to the side again. Okay. You see already what that has done. My skin, my face looks slimmer. I haven't blended or anything. It's looking slimmer altogether. Then I can still add a little bit in the corners like this on the side if I really, really want it to be super slim. Okay, and that's basically contouring. I can come up here, like I was saying, if you wanted like up here to be smaller, then I would take the excess of my brush and just do that. But I'm not a fan of that. There's no need for a smaller forehead, even though I do have quite a spacious forehead, but I'm just demonstrating so that you guys can see. Okay, cool. At this point, I'm more than welcome to now go and blend that, or I can move on into highlighting. So what I'm going to do actually is to move on into highlighting. With highlighting, you can also use something that is cream based, whether it's a foundation or a powder that is about 2 shades lighter than your natural color. I say 2 shades so that it is more effective. If it's too close to your color, you're not going to see much of a difference because remember, you're trying to create a contrast. So why would we now highlight? If we highlight here, we're bringing this forward. Remember, we've already compressed your nose. So we've brought it closer by creating illusion of darkness here. Now, when we highlight, we are bringing this girl forward. Hence, it's going to be sharp. We're going to highlight over here to bring the guys up here. And then we're going to highlight underneath here as well. Then we will create this look, basically. So I am using this powder. It was a limited edition, so it doesn't really matter what I am using. The effect is it is lighter than my normal color. Excuse that, it's so dirty. I am going to use that, and then let's see. Let us start with the top, right? We are going to do it like that, lightly, because we're going to come back and blend these guys together. Okay, you can see that, right? Okay, I know there's people walk around not blending these things. I don't know how you do it. And then you can do that as well. Some people like to put it under the eyes as well. Be careful, because as much it looks great, but on pictures, if it's not well edited, then ooh, you just see this white line coming here. So I would suggest that you really don't get too light. Don't be my color now trying a powder that's like for a very light skinned person who's like almost Caucasian. That's gonna look weird, well, for me. So once again, then I'm just putting it in there as a highlighter. Just pressing it down basically. Then lastly, we're gonna come here. Just underneath my contouring line. Great, 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 great. So that's basically that, right? Now we're gonna blend. But before we blend, what I'm gonna do is go in here with my setting spray. Basically, the setting spray, remember, it helps your makeup to last longer, but also it helps to blend the powder and creams and everything, so it's well together. Because now I've used powder, everything is hard. I want it to come together and look as natural as possible. So you just take your spray about 30 centimeters away from your face. Wonderful. Helps to make your skin hydrated and everything. All right, now, which brush can I use? Okay, I'm just gonna go back with this brush. Now we're blending, okay? We can use even a brush that is firmer, okay? Or even more fluffy. I don't know, it depends what you like and the finish you want. The softer you want it to appear, the fluffier it should be. Okay. See, the lines are gone. The lines are gone, but my nose is definitely slimmer. And then here, that's where you might have to use more circular motions if you don't want it to be too sharp. Okay. Do you see that? Then blend down everything now. There we go. I should have actually taken a before and after picture so that you guys can see the difference of my face when it's not contoured versus when it is. Definitely look like I've lost maybe 5 kilograms, which I wouldn't mind. I'm now 75 kilograms. I know it doesn't show in pictures, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, that's basically what you do. Then you remove anything that is powdery. What you can do, what I like to do, is then I go with a powder that is my color. So this is one of the popular MAC powders, dark Mineralise skin finish. Dark is my color. So I'm gonna take that in. It's a very lightweight powder. It doesn't feel heavy, doesn't have much coverage. Then I'm gonna go in with it just to make my skin blend even more, but also to hold in my foundation. to remove shine. Ooh, I love it. It's a pity I've gone out already. I think after this I might just make a trip to the mall. I'm joking. I need to stay home and mind my business. Are we happy? I love it. Beautiful. Great. Then there's another part now of highlighting now where we add texture. We add a shimmer. Remember my first video when I was looking for a highlighter? It was this one. I've got about 7 highlighters and I've given so many away, but this is my favorite. It's limited edition, so you're not gonna get it unless they bring it back again. But oh, look at that. Woo! I like this one. I'm gonna use this one. Like it's a pinky golden kind of vibe. I'm gonna use that. And I'm gonna use a fan brush for that. So basically, you do this. Then you ask yourself, so where are we supposed to put this highlighter? So guys, I've seen this trend about maybe 2020. I think now it's chilled a bit, where people were bringing highlighter as close as this. Guys, remember, anything you do, you're bringing forward. So why would you want your cheeks to bring forward? You want your cheekbones to be high, but this just makes you look fuller, unless it's a look you're going for. Then hey, do you boo? But basically what you do, you want to create an illusion of light here. So that's how you put a highlighter, where the light would naturally hit under normal circumstances. So if I go sit outside, where the light would hit would be in those areas, because even if you're looking at me now with the ring light, there's shadow everywhere else, but there's light here, there's light there, there's light here. So basically that's where you would put your highlighter. Okay, so we've got it, and then we're going to just go in here like that. I hope it shows on camera. Yeah, I think you guys can see it. Ooh, I see it more in the mirror. I love it. So that's where we go. Stunning. Then we do the other side as well. Like a C. That's what you're doing. You're creating C. Just like that. Oh, I love makeup. It's like time to play with your face, you know? That's what I love about it. Okay, I think we're good. Don't want to go overboard. Then next, you can use the same color or you can use a lighter color. So I'm going to use the lighter one, which is that one. And I'm just going to go slightly on the nose. Okay, you see, I'm not going all the way. I'm not starting there, just here. Okay, and then you can blend it a little bit because you don't want a line. Well, I don't want a line. See that? Clean, beautiful, cute. Next we go blusher. Okay, usually I would start with a blusher before highlighter. I got ahead of myself. Not that it matters, but yeah. So here is my blush. As you can see, I'm using a brush that is contoured, so it's angled. Love that for blusher because it helps with the placement. So you ask, where and how do we put blusher? It depends. So if you want to, maybe you've got a flattish face. Let's say maybe you don't have a lot of, your cheeks are not prominent. There's people like that who are don't have full cheeks. And you feel like you want something that will bring your cheeks forward, then it's different. If you want your cheekbones to stay to be a bit higher, or your face to look slimmer, you put it in a different place as well. So for someone who wants to make that cheeks fuller, what you would do, you would have to bring it a bit more that way. So remember, we contoured here. So what you would do is bring it here. I know some prefer to do this. I know I teased you guys last time about it. If it makes it easy for you, then go ahead. So you'll do that. Okay, that's what you do. So your blusher comes between your highlighter and your contouring. You'll go and blend it in now. So that was for forward. If you wanted a bit so that your cheekbones are a bit, you know, so you measure it with your eye and then you do that. So you don't go past the you know, pupil. You go that way. Okay, your pupil moves according to your eye, but you get my drift, eh? So your highest point of your brow is where you stop. You don't go further. Are we happy with that? And also it depends if you want something matte, you can go for a matte blusher or something with shimmer. I love shimmer because it just brings that youthful kind of look, but matte is just as good, especially if you're gonna have too much shine happening on your face. You don't want all of that. Yeah, I love this. I love this. Then you go back with your setting spray so that you can just blend everything together. Okay, and it's all going to blend nicely for you. And that's basically all you do. I will take a video just now with everything done. I'll add a lip and, you know, fix my brows a little bit. But basically that's it. Then you have a beautiful flawless skin. Wouldn't take you as long as it did. Obviously I was talking, but there you go. You've got beautiful skin. You are contoured, you're highlighted, but you still look like yourself, because the trend right now is to recreate. Nothing wrong with that if you're going for that, but if you still want to look like your best self, where your features are accentuated, I feel like this is like the best way to do it. So yeah, I will post another video with my complete look with my lips, and that's it. If you've got any questions, if you want more details on what I did, please do leave a comment below. Righty. Right, just added a bit of a lip and just put more powder on my forehead. And yeah, that is it. We are done, and that's like a complete look. Beautiful skin. Obviously I did my eyeliner and brows earlier, so there's nothing to it. I just wanted to show you skin. Please tell me below what you would like to learn next. I'm really eager to teach and, you know, show you the basics so that you know why you do what you do. Okay, that's it. Until next time, please continue to come watching videos, giving me your comments and telling me what you'd like me to improve or do, whatever. I will really look forward to that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that, okay? And like this video if you like it. Really appreciate it. Until next time, ciao, babe.